Thank you for stabbing me in the back. Thank you for destroying my reputation and my image.
Have you ever stopped to think how you got here? You look back at everything that made you. All the trials, all the tribulations, all the pain, all the hell. And you're like, you want to feel like angry at somebody for what you went through. But if you really sit down and think about it, you get to a point eventually where you're like, I couldn't have reached this point in my life if I wouldn't have gone through what I went through. I needed to go through that. It made me who I am. I've been really thinking about that. And I think God just gave me a grand revelation that our bodies are the test. Our emotions and everything that's tied into this corporeal to make us react in such a way that is adversary and negative against bad experiences, so that in a way we would survive. But for the wise man, it is a thing of beauty, because tragedy leads to change, because suffering leads to a higher purpose. And if you could look back, if you could go back and talk to your tormentors after this revelation, you would tell them, as this man did in the beginning of this video, thank you. Thank you for destroying me. Thank you for making me suffer. Thank you for everything you put me through. Because it's not in a bad way I'm saying thank you. I'm saying thank you because I love you. If you wouldn't have been the tool that shaped me, I wouldn't have made it. That's becoming the image of Christ. Conforming unto the image of Christ. To take happiness and joy when they persecute you for His name's sake. And to be of good cheer and true heart, like, I love this. When you go through trials, He actually says in the Holy Bible, our King says, be of great cheer, for great is your reward. And I thought, that is, it's kind of crazy. I'll always be happy about terrible things happening to you. But it's there. It's there at the end of the road, when you realize I wouldn't have been here if I wouldn't have been through that. I needed that. I'm grateful they did that. And if I could go back and talk to my tormentors, I'd hug them and tell them I love them, and I'd thank them and forgive them. It's a very beautiful thing to move away from this corporeal into the spiritual and to realize where we're going. We always are here in our body, living this life, and it often blinds us to the reality of where we're going. As I sit here in my home in Brazil, and I don't have medicine, and I'm real sick, that video really made me think. Maybe my suffering isn't a bad thing right now. And it made me think of the past. I got as strong as I am now, and I survived when nobody else survived. When all my childhood friends are dead. And I'm the only one left of my family, of my bloodline, and of my childhood, youth. How is it that I made it? And then I looked back and I thought, well, if I wouldn't have been lied about, it wouldn't have woke up that anger in me to prove them wrong. If my children wouldn't have been killed, it wouldn't give me the unending zeal to fight against evil. If the devil wouldn't have woken me up, I'd still be dead in my sins, asleep in my wickedness, and carried off into death like everybody else was. It was seeing the fight. It was fighting against what was happening to me. Such a beautiful reaction. Never hate your tormentors or people who do wickedness to you. You might not like it in the moment, but don't always think it's the devil trying to destroy you. Most of the time, it's probably God just trying to get you to change, to take you to where you need to be. There's a saying I've always lived by, and it really comes into effect right here with this revelation. You gotta crawl. You gotta crawl through hell to be able to walk through heaven. So if I'm telling you anything, it's to let go of the past. It's to let go of the people who hurt you. To let it go by saying thank you. I love you. Thank you for destroying me. Thank you for ruining everything. Because I wouldn't have grown, I wouldn't have resurrected, I wouldn't have made it. My eyes wouldn't have seen that one little fact that was the key to my survival and growth. Thank you. Thank you. Without you, I would have been dead like everybody else. But you pushed me. And your torment, it saved me. So don't always think it's the devil, and don't always think it's bad. In the end, you'll eventually get to the point where you're like, if I wouldn't have endured that hell, I wouldn't be standing and being able to walk into this heaven. For how else will you grow unless the storm brings you the rain? Alright? Think about it. Bless the King.